Right, here we go. This is week 9. A little overdue, but it's coming to you loud and clear. I'm Darren. This is HTH36 RBT course, week 9. My screen will click here. She doesn't want to. Come on, any day now. Any day now. There we go. Module 9. These are our task list items for this week. These are our key terms, some of the most important terms in all of behavior analysis. So I'm going to start with chaining. Chaining is a complex behavior. It comprises of several component behaviors. Some it's things that take a long time to do. So brushing your teeth is a great example of a chain behavior. You pick up the toothbrush, you put toothbrush on your toothpaste on your toothbrush, put water on it, you put it in your mouth, you rub it in your mouth, you take it out, etc., etc. We use prompting and fading skills to teach stimulus components in the chain. And manageable behavior link in the chain may need to be shaped. So sometimes people know how to do a lot of the steps in the behaviors, but not all of them, so you have to teach gaps here and there. There are two major types of chains. There's a simple chain, like that toothbrush I was talking about, or the belt, putting your belt on. And there's complex behaviors. This kid, she shit her weight, rolled her eyes, stood up, balled her fist, and then hit somebody. So it was a very specific, complex chain that we had to recognize. There are three major ways we teach behavior chains and behavior analysis. There's forward chaining, where we teach it in a forward sequence, backwards in a backward sequence, and then total task, which is the whole thing all at once. There's a lot of different research showing that different ones can be very effective for different people at different times. Yet if you're BCBAs, we'd be talking all about that, but your BCBAs can help you with that when you get out in the field. Just so you know, if you're going to teach a forward chain or a backward chain, that's the order in which we teach the skills, the components. Then we come to discrimination training. Discrimination training is a fancy way of saying pick this and not that, or say this and not that. So you put a picture of a car on the table and you want the kid to say car and not truck. We want them to recognize the difference, to differentiate. This is the central premise of differential reinforcement of alternative and incompatible behaviors. Those are the two things that I probably use the most. So this is the classic example of discrimination training. So we have a little boy. Maybe he's on the spectrum, maybe he has schizophrenia, I don't know, it doesn't matter. But we want him to be able to discriminate or choose the men's bathroom and not the women's bathroom. So one is an SD for him, which is an S delta. Same thing for little girls. So the transfer stimulus control procedures. This is where we transfer the function or the reason for someone doing something from someone else. So the classic of this is echoic demand. So I get the kid to say cookie. Say cookie, he says cookie. Say cookie, he says cookie. Say cookie, he says cookie. Then I hold up the cookie and say, what do you want? He says cookie. I transfer it from an echoic, him imitating me, to a man, him requesting, under the control of an establishing operation. This stimulus transfer is done in almost any prompt fading sequence. Again, we always want to fade prompts. We always want to make kids and adults as independent as possible. So here's prompt and prompt fading. It's a supplementary antecedent stimulus used on occasion to correct a response in the presence of an SD. So eventually we want the prompts to be faded away and the natural indicator to prompt the behavior. Here's an example. This is a kid I had from a few years ago. We teach him how to talk. I would say hi, Darren, and I'd hold up a verbal card. I'd use a text only, and then I'd ask him, what are you going to say to me? And he'd say, hi, Darren. So I started with the vocal and the text, the written prompt. I took away the vocal prompt first, took away the written prompt second, then eventually he started talking to me and said hi to me spontaneously without the need for the prompting. But we always want to fade those prompts. We always want to get them as independent as possible. Generalization. This is the one that a lot of people don't do well. And not a lot of people, that's not true. This is what people struggle with the most, because this can be the most difficult to program. So we want to do that skill in multiple settings, multiple environments with multiple people, multiple times per day across different areas. So a really classic and really tragic example of this is one of the first kids I ever worked with when I first started being a teacher. He would literally only go to the bathroom at home. He would hold his pee all day long, run off the bus and run it home, because nobody ever taught him how to use the bathroom other than the one at home. So that's what he learned. So that's an example of misgeneralization, of bad generalization. And sometimes people overgeneralize things. My nephew the other day was looking at a picture of a dog. He said lion. So it was a dog that was yellow. It kind of looked like a lion, but he overgeneralized. So we want to be careful of those two. So generalization, it takes a lot of programming, a lot of work, a lot of planning. So like I said, I see many plans fail in this regard. A lot of schools miss the boat on this one. And that same phenomenon can be true with individuals. So if I teach a kid only to behave for me or only to behave for mom and dad, and he misbehaves for everybody else, we've done him a total disservice. Maintenance is the same thing. We want to be able to maintain that skill for weeks and years to come. So this is what separates behavior analysis from many other of the helping professions. We are not there. We're not designed to be there forever. We want to be there as little as possible. There are not enough of us to go around. So we want kids to be as independent, as high functioning as possible, so we can get them discharged, so we can help somebody else. We never intend to be there forever. Are we there for some patients? Yes, but that's the rarity. Token economy. We talked a lot about this in the post. Most of you guys got this. So this is we exchange tokens for backup reinforcer. This is to delay reinforcement, and eventually we want to fade those tokens into a variable interval time schedule. To get breaks every so many minutes, so many hours. And then we want to get them in contact with natural reinforcement as much as possible. We always want to fade prompts. We always want to fade reinforcers. We always want to be fading out. We always want to be as aggressive as we can, but responsible as we can. And this is shaping. Shaping is something that is very, very important. This is one of the important concepts in all of behavior analysis. Shaping is slowly teaching people to get closer and closer to what you want. So I have this picture here of like going upstairs, because that's really what it looks like in my head. So we're doing stepping stones to our final terminal behavior. So I'll give you an example. We do this with language all the time. So the kid can say the word "buh," or he can say the sound "buh." So we start with that, and we're going to say "buh," then we're going to say "bruh," then we're going to say "bruv," we're going to say "brother," then we're going to say "brother." We teach those skills component at a time. Not every kid is this severe, but for some kids, this is literally how we build words. So we teach closer and closer till we get the final behavior that we want, and we reward the behavior with those different steps along the way. So those are approximations of the terminal behavior of the actual skill. So again, shaping is really important. A lot of people misunderstand that. They ask us, why are you letting the kid get away with something? Well, we're not. We're slowly getting the behavior that we want. We're getting closer and closer. As long as we're getting closer, we're on the right track. There's lots of widespread disagreement as to how quickly, how slowly you need to proceed. The answer is it's individualized based on the individual needs of the patient or the client. Here's the assignments for this week, which actually was last week. Post 9 on Blackboard, chapters 8 and 9, BDS, acquisition and fluency. We're doing both now. We're coming down the home stretch, and I'm going to record the ethics one here in about 5 minutes. So we'll see you in just a little bit.